Welcome back to FitFlam Unfiltered. I'm your host, Big John. Today, we're talking about TrumpRx, the government-backed online medicine discount portal that launched in February 2026. The White House billed it as historic, the largest reduction in prescription drug prices ever, most favored nation pricing, Americans finally getting the lowest prices in the developed world. Millions of people have searched for it. Consumers are trying to figure it out and see if it actually saves them money. So we're going to do what we always do, strip away the press release language and look at how it actually works, who's using it, whether Americans are happy with it, which Democrats support it or oppose it, and why, and what the real numbers show, and whether it can fix the problems it claims to solve long term. Let's go. TrumpRx.gov is a federal website. It doesn't sell or dispense drugs. It doesn't act as a pharmacy. What it does do is it lists discounted cash prices for a limited set of brand name medications that participating drug makers agreed to offer under the most favored nation style deals with the Trump administration. You search for your drug, see the cash price or coupon, then get directed to a manufacturer program, GoodRx powered coupon or partner pharmacy to complete the purchase. It launched with about 40 to 43 drugs from 5 companies: AstraZeneca, Eli Lilly, EMD Serono, Novo Nordisk, and Pfizer. It has since expanded, including some generics. It still covers only a tiny fraction of the roughly 24,000 FDA-approved prescription drugs. The big selling points were dramatic cuts on high-profile drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, and Zepbound, bringing monthly cash prices down from $1,000 to $150 to $350. Well, who's using it? And are those people actually saving money? That's the real question. TrumpRx is designed for people paying cash, the uninsured, people with high deductible plans who are still in the deductible phase, or anyone whose insurance doesn't cover a particular brand well. For the roughly 85% of Americans who have prescription drug coverage, the insurance price, copay or co-insurance, is usually still lower. Using TrumpRx means you pay the full cash price up front, and that spending typically does not count towards your insurance deductible or out-of-pocket maximum. For many insured patients, especially seniors on Medicare Part D, switching to TrumpRx can actually cost them more over the year. Democratic staff reports and independent analysis found that for a large share of the list of drugs, the discount was already available through existing manufacturer coupons or GoodRx before TrumpRx launched. Cheaper generic alternatives exist for many of the drugs but are not highlighted on the site. In some cases, TrumpRx price was higher than going directly to the manufacturer's own assistance program. Real user feedback and reporting so far show a mixed to disappointed picture for most people. Those without good insurance coverage on specific expensive brands, especially certain GLP-1 weight loss and diabetes drugs, can see meaningful savings. Everyone else often finds better or equal deals elsewhere with less hassle. Well, who supports it and who doesn't? Supporters. It's mainly Republicans and the White House. They argue this is the first time the federal government used its leverage to force the most favored nation style pricing and create a transparent cash marketplace. They say it pressures Big Pharma, gives uninsured and underinsured Americans a real option, and is better the more government price controls over single-year payer schemes. They point to the high-profile price cuts on Ozempic-class drugs as proof of concept. Now, the Democratic opposition, House Energy and Commerce Committee Democrats released a report calling it big talk, little savings. Their main criticisms: it mostly repackages discounts that already existed. It steers people toward expensive brand-name drugs while hiding cheaper generics. It does almost nothing for the vast majority of insured Americans. It's a political branding exercise rather than a systematic reform. They argue real savings require broader negotiations of authority, Medicare price negotiation expansion, or other structural changes they favor. Very few mainstream Democrats have come out as strong supporters. Most treat it as insufficient or a distraction from the preferred approaches. I think the big question is, can it work long term? Will it fix the problems we have in the healthcare system when it comes to prescription drug prices? The short answer, currently, no, not the way it's structured. It will not fix the core problems of American prescription drug pricing. Why? Well, tiny scope. Covering dozens or even a few hundred drugs out of tens of thousands is not a systemic change. Then you have cash pay only. Most Americans have insurance. A cash portal doesn't reshape the insurance-driven market where the real money flows. Next, there's no generic focus. The platform has been heavy on branded drugs. Generics are where the biggest volume and often the biggest real savings live. It doesn't touch the middleman. Pharmacy benefit managers, rebates, and the opaque insurance system remain largely untouched. Finally, the political branding risk. When a government portal is named after a president, every shortcoming becomes a political weapon, and every expansion becomes a political fight. That makes long-term stability harder. What could make something like this more effective? transparent, comprehensive pricing across brands and generics, integration with insurance so patients can easily compare use insurance versus cash, and pressure that actually forces list prices and net prices down across the board, not just selective coupon deals. Right now, TrumpRx functions more like a government-curated version of GoodRx for a limited set of brands than a fundamental reset of the market. We still got 2 more years of Trump. Let's see what happens, and I hope he does revamp it for most Americans who want to pay cheaper prices, who don't want to come out of their pocket. TrumpRx is real. Some people, especially those paying cash for certain expensive brand name drugs, can save meaningful money. The price cuts on drugs like Ozempic and Wegovy are not imaginary, but the broader claims of the largest reduction in history and lowest prices in the developed world for Americans, they don't match the current reality for most patients. It is a limited cash pay coupon portal with heavy political branding. It has not solved high drug costs for the insured majority. It often fails to surface cheaper generics, and many of its discounts already existed in other forms. If the goal is actually to lower prices for the average American, this is a partial, incomplete tool, not the solution. The structural problems in how American prices, insures, and distributes prescription drugs remain largely intact. That's a clear outlook. Search volume is high because people are desperate for lower costs, especially in this economy. The portal exists. The results so far are narrower than the marketing. I'm Big John, and this has been FinFlam Unfiltered.